Okay, now we're going. So you probably have already had the rules for multiplication, I think. Has to do with what happens when you multiply positives and negatives and negatives and negatives and oh, can you scoot that off to the side just so I don't think you're doing something else? So the rule is if you multiply two signs that are the same, you end up with a positive. So that means if you multiply a positive and a positive, or a negative and a negative, your answer is positive, right? And if you multiply two that are different, you end up with a negative. So tell me what you get, negative or positive?
Positive.
Positive 28. Negative or positive? Negative. Negative times positive is negative. What do you get here? Another negative. And what do you get here? Positive. Done. We're all done. Ready for the assignment? JK. LOL? LOL? How about something like this? Or negative 2. You know what I would do with that? Well, in the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, it's all multiply. But the rule is you go left to right. You don't have to go left to right. But what I would do is, what do you get if you multiply those two?
-8.
-8. Now multiply these two. What's negative times negative? Positive 24. Positive 24 times 1? Oops, 24. I almost wrote 1. How about, does that make sense? You've done that before, I think, right? How about something like this? With multiplication, do I have to go left to right with multiplication? If it's all multiplication, it doesn't matter what order you go in. So you know what I would do here? Well, you tell me what you would do first. What would you do? What would you do, Hunter?
Start from the right.
Start from the right. Why?
Because it's 0, so it calculates to 0.
Right. So do you have to go through and multiply 36 times 28? And then multiply? No, because anything times 0 is always going to be 0. Doesn't matter if it's positive or negative, or there's a 0 in there. So the first thing I would do when I was multiplying, look it over. If there's a 0 in there and it's all multiplied, the answer's going to be 0. You don't have to go any farther. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? How about something like this? Well, before I do something like this, remember from yesterday? Could you add those? 3x minus 4y, can you put those together? Can you put those together? Oh, right? They're not like terms. But if it was then you could, couldn't you? 3x take away 4x, what would that be? negative 1x. And you could either write it like this, or just negative x. Either way, I don't care how you write it. Sometimes it's easier for people to actually put that one there than not. So it's up to you. But with adding and subtracting, they have to be the same. The letters have to be the same. Here's where it gets a little confusing. With multiplication, they do not have to be the same. With multiplication, they don't have to be the same. Anybody know what you would get with this? You would multiply the numbers together, multiply the numbers, the 3 and the negative 4. What do you get if you multiply 3 and negative 4? You can say it. Negative 12. So the number part, the 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. What do you get if you multiply x times y? You can't really do that very well. So you just have to leave it times x times y. Right? Does that make sense? Can you guys see okay? Can you guys see? Did I move it the wrong way? I can't see. It's good? There we go. Okay. All right. So what if I have this? What if I have 2 times negative 5? Bless you. Raise your hand if you know what that is. I'll wait till everybody raises their hand. What do you get? What do you get? I'll wait till everyone raises their hand. Ahem. Your hand's not up. Nice, nice, nice. What do you get?
Negative 30x.
She says negative 30xy. Anybody agree with her? Well, there's lots of people that agree with you. It must be right. She says negative 30xy. Well, the xy for sure is right, isn't it? 2 times negative 5, negative 10. Negative 10 times 3, negative 30. Looks good to me. Looks good to me. How about, let's go one step further. What if I have something like negative 2 remember yesterday's? Yesterday's we used the distributive property. If you look inside the parentheses, there's nothing you can do. So you go outside the parentheses then and multiply, yes? So multiply, what do you get? Negative 2x and minus 10. Not really any work to show there either, right? How about this one? What do you get here? Negative 2x, and then we're going to move over negative 2, negative 3y. What's negative 2 times negative 3?
6.
Positive 6. What? Positive 6. When you do this, positive 6y. Yes, positive 6y. Does that make sense? So far, so good? Should we do 1 or 2 more just for fun?
Sure.
I'm smiling. Oh, it's so much fun, isn't it? Woohoo. So much fun. Minus 4 times p minus 2. Oh. So you're supposed to start with what's in parentheses. Can you do anything in the parentheses here? No. So now what? You know the please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. There's no exponents. Multiply and divide come next. Well, what do I do with this? To start with, nothing. Nothing. You just leave it alone. So I'll leave the 3p and I'll multiply. What's negative 4 times p? Agree? Negative 4p. And then I have negative 4 times negative 2. Negative 4, bless you. Negative 4 times negative 2. Positive 8. Am I done?
No.
Am I done? Oh, geez. Am I done? Who says I'm done? Say, no, you're not. I'm not done because there's still some like terms I can combine here. What do you get if you do 3p and negative 4p? If you combine those, you get negative 1p. So you can either write it as negative 1p, or if you prefer, just negative p plus 8. Either one of those is fine with me. Make sense? Make sense? Do you have questions? Are there any questions? Does anyone have a question? So I think that would be page 72. Page 72. Page 72. Page 72. I have orals. I have writtens. And I can't remember what the orals were. And by the way, it looks like it's a lot. Yeah, we'll go 25 for both. It looks like, holy cow, how could she assign 50 problems? It's Friday, for Pete's sake, can't she just give us a break? Yeah, but they're gonna go fast. Look at this. And also, is there gonna be a lot of work to show for these? Probably not. Probably not. Some of them, yes, but some of them, no.